Okay, Shalom, Shalom. Say Kalayim Lot Yehovah Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Harakakadash, and double honor to the elders and apostles of the Great Millstone. Double honor to the elders and apostles of the Great Millstone who do rule and teach well. It's mind blanked for a second. Alright, so we're just gonna get into this, right? This is 2nd Ezra 6 and 1. I'm not gonna get into everything here, but basically 2nd Ezra. Let's just start with 1st Ezra. So 1st Ezra is basically a history book telling us pretty much about pre-Babylon, and then going on to the Babylonian captivity, and then you do have certain pieces of information about us, leaving Babylon with Cyrus and things like that. And there was multiple, I don't want to say leavings or pilgrimage. Maybe pilgrimage is the right term. Multiple pilgrimages, from Jerusalem, from Babylon to to Jerusalem and Israel. Things like that. The heathen were down there, and then they had to rebuild the wall and rebuild the temple and things like that, because the temple got destroyed by Nebuchadnezzar, and the Edomites were around there too, and they were like joining in and partakers and stuff like that. I think 1st Ezra even says the Edomites burned it, and other things say Nebuchadnezzar and the Babylonians did it, but they were both involved with it. And Babylon actually fucked Edom over later, so Esau got his paybacks. That's why you read that in 2nd in Isaiah the 25th chapter. It talks about Edom's name Duma, also named for Edom, which means death. And it talks about the Edomites be asking, what are the nights? When will the day come? And basically, Isaiah tells them there's no day. You come back later on, there's no day. The day will come for a short time, because that's what Esau had. He had a short time, back then, and then it was like boom, right back down, and then after them, I believe the Persians didn't really mess with them like that. As a whole, we know you had Haman wormed his way in there. He was a Amalekite and things like that. Goes back to those Macedonians. One, I think, was it the Editions of Esther says he's a Macedonian, but the scriptures it says he's an Agagite, and I believe Agagites they ultimately go back to Amalekites. But don't quote me on that. You double check me and make sure that I'm telling the truth. And I'm saying it's 100%, but I remember things like that. And as you read on with 1st Ezra, it goes into all that. But when you read 2nd Ezra jumps a little bit back in time, and this is basically while they're still in Babylon and things like that, because Ezra himself came down himself. He came to Babylon, which you can read about in the book of Ezra itself. He came down to Babylon, but this is while they're still in Babylon. And Ezra, he wanted to know, like, why are people like this? Why are they in this low position? And basically, the Lord sends Archangel Uriel to deal with him and answer his questions, because the Lord hears the prayers of the godly and things like that. Ezra was a special brother, and the Lord sent Archangel to go deal with him. Right. So, without further ado, I spent 4 minutes talking about that, but maybe some of you out there be like, oh, what is 2nd Ezra about? I don't know what 2nd Ezra is about, Now, if you want to know a bit more, you should read, 2nd Ezra, start from the top. Maybe 1st Ezra, start from the top, read on down. Then you want to probably read the Book of Kings, 1st Kings, 2nd Kings. Then you probably, want to read, Ezra, if I didn't say that already. You want to read that too, and stuff like that. And then probably if you're gonna read Kings, and you probably got to read 1st Samuel and 2nd Samuel. And you see where it leads you. Then you say, oh well, now I need to read Judges. And then, well, to understand that, and then you have to, read Joshua. And you read Joshua, and it's like, okay, well, I need more information. I need more. And then, boom, But if you're just like completely, overwhelmed, just look at the King James. King James, GMS homework. 7 verse 6 and 1. He said unto me in the beginning, when the earth was made, before the borders of the world stood, wherever the winds blew. Right? So before the whole world was created, and everything, and earth, and you had certain part of it be land, certain parts of it be water, and things like that, for those wind and stuff like that. Which, man, there's something that they say how winds blow, that falls to the poles or something like that, that the winds follow the poles, and oh man, I forgot. I learned about it while I was in school. I took some geology. So it's a geography. No, I took geology stuff. I was taking some geology stuff, and we learned about that, and now I forgot about it. Before it thundered or lightened, or ever the foundations of paradise were laid. Right? So back then, that's what the earth was. Paradise, Eden, Idan. It's the name for our earth. We really shouldn't be calling it the earth anyway. It's really Eden. It's really, our land, but I guess you don't really want to call it Eden anymore. So really, I'll leave the word Zarataza, which can mean outland. Oh, she's barking at that dog. Yeah, it's a neighbor's dog, I don't know what they're talking about. They're communicating with each other or something. Before the fair flowers were seen, or ever the movable powers were established, for the multitude angels got together. So before the angels were created, before the flowers were put on the earth, right? And obviously, the flowers aren't going to be around before the angels were, because the angels created the flowers. Start with Yahushua, who was given the blueprint from the Lord, because that Yahushua is the first spirit created, the first begotten, and things like that. And that's another scripture. How the works of the Lord are wondrous, and no one can basically comprehend them. And you can read that Wisdom of Solomon 13 and 1, I believe. I'm roughly paraphrasing it. I'm butchering it, but you can look for it. Plants and stuff like that. Even though we live in a worse off earth, a older earth that is decayed because of industrial revolutions, and just has weakened through age, really because the Lord wanted it to weaken through age, right? So then it can be refreshed. When I'm of that number, they like to rule, all right, and stuff like that. Yahushua comes down, and the kingdom is established, and so on and so forth, right? Wherever the heights of the air were lifted up, for the measure of the firmament were named, or ever the chimneys in Zion were high, right? So before we had the ozone layer and all these things, right, which that's not the name of it. There's talks about it, scriptures, the firmament that's between the. Hold on, let me turn this off okay, had to turn my headphones off. So should still come in perfectly fine. I don't even think it uses the, hardware, the headphones, or I don't think it uses the driver from the Bluetooth headphones anyway to record my voice. I don't really think it does. I think it just uses it for receiving audio, and not exactly as an output. No, for outputting audio. Basically like some sort of stereo device. Not using it to capture my the input of my voice. That makes sense. Hopefully that makes sense. And here the present years were sought out, alright, or the present years were planned. Wherever the vengeance of them that now were sinned were turned before they were sinned, that have gathered faith for a treasure, right? So before the present age was planned, or scheming was rejected, right? Which the big scheming of the elite, as we know, is to set up a one world order. They've said it a million times. The WEF says it. That's their spokesman. They want to set up a one world, government, a one world religion, Thelema and stuff like that. And they're using the Catholic Church and stuff to move towards that and whatever. And they basically want to follow, Aleister Crowley principles and stuff like that. And you own nothing, you enjoy it. You live in a neo-communist dictatorship. Which you can argue we've already came to that point. And we'll only move closer to that point as time moves on, because they finna come against this free speech, right? Before they that were sealed have gathered faith for a treasure, right? So they that were sealed have gathered faith for a treasure. And who is it talking about? It's talking about the elect, because the elect, Lord, under that number, us who know that we're Israelites and are really, really trying, really sincere. Whether you're in a huge camp or you're not, we're the ones that gather and gather faith for a treasure. We really treasure this thing, to the point where we make time for the truth. We don't, we base our lives around the truth, essentially. We don't base our lives around the truth. We base the truth around our lives, essentially. So, you have to turn some shit down. People may say, hey man, you want to do XYZ, or work extra hours for me and whatever, or do this or do that. Hey man, you have to turn that down, because man, I gotta get home, and I gotta read, and I gotta do camp, bro. I'm not doing nothing extra, man. The scriptures talk about that wisdom comes by opportunity and leisure. So shit, I ain't doing nothing extra for you, dude. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, and that's it. And damn, I ain't trying to have you out there all damn day. I wants to be outside all damn day anyway, man. Fuck that. So this is Revelation 7:1. And after these things I saw 4 angels sitting on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth nor on the sea, or any tree. And those winds are talking about the nuclear winds, or the destroying winds. Right? And nuclear fire, Jeremiah 51:1. Destroying one, like I said. Right? I gotta reread that chapter, by the way. I gotta reread those 3 chapters. I gotta get back into them, because those scriptures right there coming out over and over and over again, because of just recent events, man. America's retaining strong diplomatic ties with Amalek, but seems like Germany and U.S. So one article said that Germany and U.S. are maybe try to force Bibi to stand down. But hey, listen, Bibi answers to Bibi. He ain't answering to no damn UN or no bullshit like that. You don't have to listen to the UN anyway. You don't gotta listen to them. They just give you advisories, and it's in your best interest to listen to them, because that's your image. Really, war is about public relations. This war that we're dealing with right now, it's all about public relations. It's about seeming like you're the right side, because they need to cater to us. They need to pander to us to get us to be their side, to be on their side. And when I say us, I mean Americans as a whole, to be on their side. But their public relations is failing. It's failing miserably, and no one's buying it, and no one's biting. So they have a big problem on their hands. Look up the Hasbara and things like that, the Hasbara, and you'll get a good understanding. You can go on BitChute and you just look up how do I word this? JEWISH. What else did I look up? I looked up occupation. So look up what I just said, an occupation, on BitChute. You'll find documentaries, and you watch those documentaries. If you ever need to find something like that, man, go to BitChute, go to Odysee, boom, find you a documentary. There's no ads at all. You can just sit there, watch it, maybe you cast it to your TV, and boom, you get your chair out or something, or you sit on your couch, you get to watch a nice little documentary and go into some alternative history, some real facts, not this revisionist garbage we get out here in the history books nowadays. And that's what it is, revisionist. That's what they are. Right? So I saw another angel descending from the east, having a seal of living power, and he cried with a loud voice to four angels, to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea. Right? And seal is his truth, right? Through the Holy Spirit. Right? Harm, right? Which you can read there. Right? Given to hurt the earth and the sea, right? With those missiles and everything. Verse 3, saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till you have sealed the servants of our power in their foreheads, right? And it will not begin until the Lord has sealed the elect of Israel, till everyone is sealed. That's not going to happen, right? Till everyone who's meant to get it gets it, then everything and events are gonna pop off, and that's what the elders have talked about. The elect, they're getting sealed up. We're pushing the truth out there. They're getting sealed up, and once they're all sealed, then things just gonna pop off. We have martial law, things like that. Boom, leading to World War III. Of course, during martial law, certain men of the Lord are gonna get snatched up. Certain things like that, and that'll be that. All right, so I just clicked on the word seal, and this is G4973. Fragis. I don't know.
Strong's G4973. Sfragis.
All right, Fragis. Yeah, I recognize that. That's the Sigma. I don't know what the other one is. I don't think that's pi, or maybe that's an alternative thing for pi or something. I don't know. Or maybe it's faux, and maybe that's I'm not gonna try anymore. I know I recognize the alpha, and that's a phi, I think. Wait, no, it's not. No, it's man, I'm not gonna keep trying this stuff. I think I gotta go back to that. I'm gonna print out one of them Greek alphabets and have them around again, because it's not that complicated. You just gotta, it's a little similar to Hebrew, but it's just a little bit more complicated and things like that. Which I'm not saying Hebrew is easy to learn by any means. Like, Hebrew is complex too in its own way. There's certain things that you gotta certain words, they have rules in them, like how to say past tense, and then there's feminine and male ways of saying words and things like that, and then it's different. But Hebrew is the best language of all time. It's the original language. It's the best, better than any language on the planet Earth. Any language I could speak and just say it, be original Paleo Hebrew. That is the best language of all time. All right, facts. Not fiction, not no bullshit. Facts. All right, original language, the best. All right. And seal placed upon books, a signet ring, instruction or impression made by a seal of the name of God and Christ stamped upon their foreheads, which isn't literal. That by which anything is confirmed, proved, or authenticated as by seal, token, or proof, which is the truth, right? Because how we confirmed, proved, and authenticated as servants of the Most High is by having this truth, and by having what? Carrying what? The testimony of Yahushua and Mashiach. And get into these scriptures, which Yahushua is the Word, and He is the scriptures, and dealing with the spirit of the scriptures, and things like that, which is the Holy Spirit, which we have upon us, and going out there and teaching and things like that, and growing and learning, right? And it's authentication, because what we're saying is 100% facts. We spit and speak, I don't want to say that word again. We speak 100% facts, because the word spit has a rap nigga connotation, and I never want to, say no garbage like that. I'm beyond that nonsense. Ugh. We spit 100% truth, my nigga. You know what I mean? Like, no. Ugh. How, no. Just no. We speak, we speak cordially in a good manner around here, to the best of our ability. Now, hold on. What am I doing? There's a little bit more, and it could be a little bit more here. Stamp press is a mark of privacy or genuineness. Yeah, that's what it is, a mark of genuineness. We're genuine about this truth, You don't hear us complaining, oh man, we gotta do multiple videos, we gotta do videos every single day, like, oh my gosh, bro. No one's complaining about that. So yeah, sure. A lot of us were doing videos every day anyway. Or do videos, even though the rule is like you gotta do at least 3. A lot of people were doing like 5. So now it's like, oh, I'm gonna do a video a day, and it's like, okay, because we're genuine. We're just like, all right, we'll do a video a day. So yeah, that was that. Yeah, there's nothing more here. So, oh, actually, now that I think about it, they said forehead, right? So forehead. This shows you, how silly these Christians are. Forehead is actually metapon, space between the eyes. But when you go back, it goes back to meta, which means beyond, essentially. With, after, beyond, among. It means beyond, right? Like a meta-human. It means to be beyond human, or things like that, or better than human, beyond human, things like that. So, what's beyond the face, is, your brain, which really means, your spirit, and things like that. So it's really seal of the Most High, not in their spirit, not in their forehead, but really their spirit, beyond their face, beyond them, into their inner being of their body, So, yeah, I just realized that, and that's interesting note, spirit. So yeah, we can go here, just look up seal, because you just like, I wonder what else is a seal about. You just look up seal, and you don't want to look at everything that says seal, because it's talking about different things. Certain things that have this, certain things that talk about something else. Nevertheless, the foundation of the Most High stands sure, having this seal, the Lord knows them that are His, and let everyone that nameth the name of Yahushua Mashiach depart from iniquity. And what is that seal? What we just mentioned before is the spirit. You having that spirit upon you, right? Second seal, we already read that. My apostleship, self-righteousness of faith, circumcision, and seal the book. There's another one that talked about it. Oh no, I know where it was. Seal up those things. Just more. Seal out the scenes of this book. Revelation 9 is talking about something else. As I said before, don't look at every single one that says seal, righteousness of faith. For the Father, which ye have circumcised them, imputed them to do. Seal up this book. Seal up the vision of prophecy. Hold on. We'll go into this one, and then I'll see. I saw another one. Circumcision, about that happened. Yeah. You receive the sign of circumcision, the seal of righteousness of faith, which he had yet being circumcised. Yep. Because he already had it within him. So it's a seal or a mark of genuineness that he had already, because it's about faith. This whole thing is about faith. That he might be the father of all them that might believe, though they be not circumcised. The righteousness might be imputed them also. And this whole thing I was going into was about not forcing people to be circumcised right away. Circumcision is something that we should all do, right? And it's a sign that we're following the law. Because back then, the real original Christians, which were Israelites, always were Israelites, always will be Israelites, right? Because the whole thing was about Israelites, made for Israelites, by Israelites, okay? Not fiction, facts, okay? Everything that Yahushua was talking about, that stuff was local, dude. A lot of that stuff was local. Like the stuff that we were going through, the suffering, and how our leaders were getting one over on us and stuff like that, and they were more focused about, collecting money and things like that. He was focused on us. If he was, why didn't he just why didn't Yahushua just start his ministry in I don't know, like Greece or something, even though there's Jakes in Greece. But if it was for everyone, why did he go someplace else? Why didn't he go to Elam or Persia and then just start his ministry from there if it was really about everyone? Come on. Because it's always been about us, and it's about us that's been in these other nations. That's what it's always been about. But, that's another topic for another day, because the scriptures have to, Yahushua, we had to bring the truth out first in Judea and then go out to the Israelite foreigners, which, came about later on. The Apostle Paul was heavy into that when he came in, things like that. Let's click something else here. Alright, so this is the book of Ephesians chapter 4, verse 30. Second, Ephesians chapter 4, verse 29. Let no holy buckets, dude. Come on. Ephesians 4 and 29. Let no corrupt communication proceed out of your mouth, but that which is good to the use of edifying, that may